Hey folks, and welcome to a bit of post-commentary to lead this off. This was recorded back in 2020, February 2020, and I sat on it because I wasn't sure on video pausing. Sent in an email or a tweet, never got back to me. It's not a big deal, but I couldn't bring myself to post this then. Um, so I just sat on it for over 5 years. For a little while back, a month or two at most, I stumbled onto Stoneshard again because of an update that came out, and I checked their Discord and they had a section for videos, so I'm deciding now to post it. It seems to be fine, but I'll let past me take over and not to yammer on here too long. Till then, folks. Oh, folks, and welcome to Stoneshard Prologue. I have no idea if I'm allowed to let's play this. No idea. You basically end up seeing this either if I stop giving a shit, or I'm allowed. One or the other, and it'll probably be out of order with everything else. Like, I'll just upload, instead of putting in an end time slot, it'll be up when it's up, kind of thing. I also have an audio test this. I'm just going off my audio settings for Killing Floor 2. By that I mean, with OBS itself.
Damn it. Where am I?
I'm glad this is voice acted. I am.
You are awake, just in time for the ritual. We'll have a use for you so very soon.
I take it your cult, I know it's a cult, doesn't come with free dental. Or a dermatologist. Tree, what were the benefits of this?
Don't try anything funny or you'll end up like one of your friends. Perhaps I should check on him again. All that fresh blood, that must have drained by now.
Curses. Doesn't look like we won that fight. I need to get out of here before this bastard returns. Looks like my shackles are rusted to the core.
Burly old guy. Really? Alright, that's cute.
Poor Locke. Your bad feeling was spot on this time.
What's it? Fuck. Keep thinking of the guy from FF6. Yeah, it was FF6, the one with Kefka, the knight in the like plate swimsuit. That. I'm sorry, that's what the female general of the Empire. It looks like she's wearing a fucking swimsuit with shoulder pads. It's the weirdest, and it's weirdest outfit ever. Well, not weirdest, but it's kind of strange. Especially if you imagine it's meant to still be plate or something.
They didn't search him. Bad move. No offense, buddy. But you won't need all these things anymore.
Spoil in 5 days, eh? You're suffering from hunger and thirst. The stronger you are, the worse your overall condition is. Because you can unlock doors, to open them you need special items, lockpicks, crowbars, or fitting keys. Seems we only got 3 uses there. Pick the lock with a lockpick. Do so, some of the doors context menu with right mouse button. Yes. Look, you gotta repair your equipment somehow, and choose pick lock.
I hope I'm not alone, survivor. Got to arm myself and find the rest.
Nah, Lone Survivor's a different game. Maybe it's 3 fails. Yeah, it breaks if a pickpocketing attempt fails. Every self-respecting burglar has one of these. Yeah, you got 3 fails. Unknown ring. Toss it on. Maybe it's somewhat good. Experience gain is increased by 2,000. Presumably just for the demo. Also was stated that it's in, every turn 1% chance. Nice. It's in beta. So I figure I probably should make a note of that. I don't know what it is. It's a 1% chance. It's not exactly high. Copper chain increases healing efficiency by 5%. And outdoor copper chains are as much jewelry as they are protective charms.
The cages are unlocked, and blood trails are fresh. Looks like everyone was taken somewhere. Seems like I was the only one to be left in the dungeon.
It seems like
Strange.
Seems like they would text and match up with what he said. Happens sometimes. It's got nothing. Surprised he isn't hurting his hands doing that. Cooked carp. Why would you just stick that cooked food in a barrel? I know you're crazy cultist, but I didn't think you're that crazy. Gold's an excellent conductor of magical energy. Maybe that's why everyone is after it. No, afraid gold just makes the world go round in a very basic sense. Getting smacked with this thing is not something one can easily walk off.
How did you get out? You are dead!
It's a turn-based game where almost every action takes a turn, and it can only act when your turn ends, so you can take your time and think your actions through. Kill the guard. Had a chance to sneak around them. Yeah, spacebar, as in other games. Cursed. Nasty. Ow. Nice, we flattened that guy. Here, 1 second. Hey folks, and I'm back. Seems the shiv is better. Makeshift blade wrapped in a piece of cord, common weapon of urchins and vagabonds. Smack with this thing is not something one can easily walk off. Oh, we can dual wield. Nice. No idea what this ring. Oh! Oh no. I thought the ring cursed me.
Burn. Bled to death. Such a foolish way to go. Looks like there is a trap. I have to take a look around unless I want to share his fate.
I don't know what that said there. You'll often encounter hidden traps. You can spot them passively. Don't spot it depends on your perception attribute. If you need to know immediately where they are, you can use your basic skill, Detect Traps. Oh. Whoops. I was expecting it. Oh, the blood trail should have been obvious. I just kind of stopped seeing this here and started just fixating on him. So will this go away in time? Keep your pants in place, but that's about it. Oh no. Nope. I'm fucked.
I forgot about my leg. Hurts more and more. I need to find something to treat the wound before it festers.
Yeah, you kind of got a worst one to worry about.
All these boxes will surely find something in them.
Yeah, his max health is going down. Suited for a boat, a night out, and a duel. Either way you look appropriate. Splints. Oh, Colts actually does have some stuff. Healing salve. It said that the solution was originally used to treat scabies. Its healing properties were discovered purely by accident.
Can use this to patch up my leg.
Oh, just grabbed everything. Here you will find everything you need to know about your character's health, hunger, thirst, intoxication, pain, mental health meters, and also condition their body parts. You get injured when body parts conditions drop below a certain threshold. On top of that, the worse body parts condition is, the lower your max health becomes. So try stabilizing your injury, hover over the right leg's condition bar. Open its context menu and choose apply splint. Stabilize injuries, retain their negative effects but no longer accumulate pain. When your body part conditions recover restore to a certain threshold, oh, heal completely. Accelerated with that. To lower your health, to lower your pain threshold. That makes healing less effective and can even kill you if it reaches high enough numbers. You can get rid of it with a variety of painkillers, an ether inhaler, for instance. Use it to reduce your pain. This bizarre vessel was invented a couple decades ago by the Alchemist Guild. Fumes are poisonous, but ease mind and body. Plus 40% intoxication. Plus 5% sanity. Most painkillers are toxic and increase your intoxication. Absolutely legal. Intoxication is detrimental to character condition and is extremely dangerous to reach high enough numbers. Use inject an antidote, get rid of it. This ingenious contraption performed a breakthrough in treatment of poisonings. Recurring headaches are not too big of a price for saving lives. You feel better, but your health is still low. Best way to restore health is rest mode, which is only available out of battle. Resting also accelerates your hunger and thirst gain, so you should be used sparingly.
That's better. At least I'll live. Time to move.
Great job. Now switch to the other crates. You can move the camera with the mouse button to better examine large spaces. Arm yourself and keep going. You can move around you by holding Alt. Can't break any of these crates like I could to the other thing. There. Won't budge. It's locked from the other side. Proselyte guard. Is that what it's called? You just leveled up. Each level allows you to learn ability and improve your attributes. Feels like I said it wrong. You'll mostly get strong by acquiring abilities and finding better equipment. Attributes have a less distinct effect, just slightly improve your various aspects of your character. However, each attribute to earn their effects, and assign AP to any primary attribute of your liking. Got 2. Strength influences primary combat capabilities. Melee power, crit efficiency, block chance, block power, body part damage, and armor damage. Agility is your finesse, dodge chance, counter chance, crit chance, fumble chance, stealth, lockpicking, disarming. Perception allows spot danger earlier and deliver precise attacks. Range damage, accuracy, crit, stealth, vision, and bonus range. Vitality is your survivability and endurance. Max health, health restoration, max energy, energy restoration, healing efficiency, and immunity. Willpower influences your magic capabilities and makes hardships and misery more tolerable. Magic power, magic resistance, pain resistance, fortitude, abilities, energy costs, and cooldown durations. We'll go for strength and vitality.
Bah, a pyromantic treatise. Just like the good old times in the academy. Got to recall a spell or two.
These abilities are initially available for learning. To unlock them, you have to find and read a corresponding treatise. You've just found one. This treatise will allow you to begin your study of the pyromancy skill tree. Open your inventory in some of the treatise context menu and choose read. It's a surprisingly easy to understand guide written by an unknown sorcerer, perfect for those who just started out their journey to master the art of pyromancy. Dear friend, we may not know each other, but considering that you opened this tome, take a wild guess and assume that you are intent on learning the ancient art of pyromancy, the art I came to master after many years. I'd rather not disclose my name. All you need to know is that I hold a high position among fire mages. One thing that forces me to play cloak and dagger is that our circle forbids sharing the knowledge with outsiders. But despite all the restrictions set upon me, I always yearned not only to bear the power of flame, but akin to the gods of old, enlighten the world. So hearken to me, as there is no one else who will share this knowledge with you. As you may see, there is nothing complicated about visualizing the flames, and then summoning them into existence will sure force your mind, despite what my arrogant brethren may claim. When the time comes, they'll all pay for the injustices they've subjected me to, and for dragging my good name through the mud. Keep practicing, never stop learning, stay spirited, and remember, fire always attracts fire. Now you can learn some freshly unlocked abilities. You open your abilities window, S, find the pyromancy skill tree, and spend a point in Fire Barrage. And yes, so many skill trees. No necromancy here as an option. Electromancy, Venomancy, Cryo, Astro, Chronometry, Psi, and Arcanistics. Sure, we'll buy Fire Barrage. Launch 4 true fireballs, dealing 8 damage each. Each fireball deals 30% damage burning targets, and it passively increases your pyromantic power by 2.5%. Four turn cooldown. Friendly fire. Monastic book. Hefty old book with chewed up binding and damp yellow pages. Read. Third reaping. Our brothers toiled well today. I hope that the coming harvest will recompense us for our hard work, as it was last year. Another few bountiful seasons, we should be able to save enough gold to patch our shabby cloister. Patience and diligence are truly the greatest virtues. Oh, okay, I was initially assuming this was, cryptic cult euphemism. But no, this is just priest talk. Fifth of reaping. This night, Brother Albert went down with a sudden fever. The heat from his body so severe one can burn a hand on him. I have no idea how he managed to catch a cold like this. Perhaps he worked in the rain. Wouldn't be his first time. I left a couple of brothers by Albert's side and was sent to Manshire for a healer. Herbal poultices and earnest prayers should be more than enough to cure his ailment. 6 of reaping. Since last night, Brother Albert has stopped recognizing any of us. He keeps babbling on some nonsense, but no one can make sense of it. The healer spent an entire night by his bedside, tried all his potions, but it was no use. We ended up paying him and sending him back. If Albert doesn't get better soon, it'll be his funeral we'll have to pay for. 6 of reaping, evening. Brother Irv is sick as well. It's not a cold. Page 1 of 3. 10th of reaping. The miasma of this horrible disease now permeates the entire monastery. Half our brothers are delirious. Their bodies are riddled with scabs and boils. Blood is seeping through their pores, and we can't do anything to ease their suffering. I declared a quarantine in order to lock down everyone who showed signs of disease in the catacombs, but it's all in vain. The rest will go down sick in a couple of days. The hosts give me strength to persevere and save our congregation. Okay, have to go down here. Watch me rise. Found a beat. Watch me drop the beat, yo. Ooh. Okay, this name has a name. This hefty research scrupulously describes exotic animals of Checkint. Later chapters book contain a number of curious instructions allowing to imitate the fire-breathing ability of some of the beasts. A rather chaotic journal by a professor of linguistics who taught in Bryn a century ago. Perhaps the most fascinating read of the entire grammar curriculum at Bryn University. Travelling notes of my journey to Beast. Useful tips for becoming a novice pyromancer coming from an experienced one. The fire-breathing salamander kin and everything we know about them. The unified workshop on geomancy. Master Burris, a famed geomancer, is best known for how approachable his teachings are, or quality for a academic lecture. Today, 14th of reaping. Today, the entire neighbourhood gathered around the monastery. The healer had brought disease back to Manshire. Blood was leaking from their eyes. They were hopelessly sick. Prohibited anyone to go outside. Then they tried to break in. A few brothers lost their lives, but we managed to push them back from the gates. When the crazed crowd tried to burn us alive along with the building, I had to break the quarantine, bring even the healthy brothers into the catacombs, truly out of the frying pan and into the fire. Blood gets into my eyes and drips down onto parchment. We are doomed in these sinister depths. Even time itself flows different. I've lost count of days. When was the last time I left my cell? A couple hours ago? A day? A week? Maybe I may be the only one who's still alive. Every night I'm haunted by visions. As the candle light fades, shadowy figures step out of the darkness. Their wheedling whispers drive me crazy. The host is silent. The host is deaf to our prayers. The host betrayed us. Where do I seek strength to fight back the temptation, to break the oath, a cure, a cure, a cure? All I ask for is to be cured. That's presumably the cult leader now. Well, and how he was in the past, at least. Identification scroll. A result of a long-standing clash between the Mages Guild and the Enchanters Guild. Scrolls are important items which allow a variety of interactions with your equipment. Occasionally you may find unidentified items with unknown properties. You need a thing, some are cursed. When you quit them, you can no longer go of them until you lift the curse with this enchantment scroll. Enchantment scrolls allow you to improve equipment by applying various beneficial effects to it. Vigilant Silver Ring improves health restoration and efficiency by 1% and 5% respectively, and gives a 2% damage reflection. According to popular belief, silver protects against an evil eye and diseases. Only particularly one evil eye, not two. Fight fire with fire. Magic purchases items of all traces of magic. Really just get fucked. The Magic Edition. The most distinctive tradition of the Nisotrin cult of the Mother Mountain is their worship to giant boulders. In Nistra, you can still find a number of monuments built of finely chiseled boulders forming giant circles. Some of them are completely covered in writing. Rain and wind rendered the majority of it incomprehensible, but some were preserved exceptionally well. I'm trying to develop a habit to record every surviving symbol I encounter. Fortunately, I still can't crack this ancient alphabet. I can only hope, if not me, then at least my descendants may solve this mystery. Well then, looks like I was hardened way too easily. It's been a couple of my precious weeks on that risky search for Fonda's tomb that returned my investment 100-fold, rewarding me for all the misery I've experienced in the process. When I saw that the epithet was doubled in ancient Eldorian, I couldn't believe my eyes. This means that with only a bit of effort, I can finally cross-reference and decipher some of the words. Yes, finally after months of digital work, I, Joran of Bryn, have discovered the secret of the ancient Nisran alphabet. A large portion of my records appear to describe the most fascinating magic rituals and practices. Don't think I've ever discovered anything like it. Firstly, I'm heading to Men. Perhaps someone from the academy might want to have a look at my findings. The first lesson, titled Petrification, Stone Spikes, and Everything You Need to Know About Them. Greetings. I'd like to sincerely congratulate you if you read these words, and chances are high that you weren't kicked out during your first year in the academy. Assuming this, I'm not going to waste time on any further introductions. This lesson will teach you about the second most important spell in art magic, Petrification. Fools may grimace in disdain at the suggestion, too eager to jump straight at boulder tossing and explosions. But, as any diligent student may know, a time with petrification may change a foe battle, or even save your life. And now we can safely conclude that a petrified foe is not only good for decorating your house, but also provides you with geomagic power, which means that skewering the rest of your enemies with stone spikes should become even easier. Obviously, this requires a runic boulder. Raise it behind your foe and resonate with it, unleashing the magic trapped into stone. As you've learned from my previous books, salamanders spend the majority of their time near sources of heat and flames. You probably remember that these exotic lizards have an affinity for all kinds of magic, so it's self-evident that salamanders are soaked with fire essence. This fact lets them perform certain fiery tricks, which would make even most experienced pyromancer jealous. You may ask, can we truly learn anything from these beasts? We can indeed. I'm planning to demonstrate it. Now let's get it straight to business and try imitating one of the most beloved tricks, though I warn you, not everyone can perform it from the get-go. You need a certain level of magical experience already. Find a place where exercises won't set anything on fire unless you want to follow in the footsteps of a certain renowned fire mage, Frad Konoken, who once decided it was a good idea to cook dinner without getting up from his straw bed. I guess he was fried. Da-dunch! Draw in as much air as you can, then hold your breath for a dozen seconds. Imagine the brightest, hottest flames you've ever witnessed in your life, feeling the heat rise up in your chest. Now exhale forcefully, with your arms spread to guide this stream of fire. If you follow my guidance to the letter, you should now be able to conjure an impressive fire wave. Staff treaty, shield treaty, ranged weapon treaty, and greatsword treaty. Sir Darrot, Bane of Orcs, son of his people, and knight in shining armour. The 9 virtues, the path to unity. The tale of Sir Winfred the Brave, the great knight and hero of Aldor. The deserts of Maif, and the secrets of the dunes, travelling and adventuring notes. Actually seeing hear about Sir Darrot, Bane of Orcs, just reminding me of, I saw a bit of a manga before, the Wayward Paladin or something. Guy, it's in, wake up in a fancy world setting, but the guy wakes up as a newborn. And he's raised by 3 different undead. And honestly, I cried a bit reading it. There's a very touching scene towards the end of the opening arc. Feels like the tutorial in a game, It's quite touching. Read. Oh, nice. The staff, and I guess I found out now what popped up on the screen earlier that I didn't get to see. It was the searchability. To give you a little notification here. The staff is akin to the palm. It's straight and unassuming at first glance, but holds many intricacies which are impossible to grasp with a limited mind. The staff doesn't yield its secrets to those who are impatient, arrogant, cowardly, or corrupted with affluence. Those who understand the essence of things can hope to unlock its potential. To understand the staff, you need to understand 3 principles. All desires must be reined in. All thoughts must strive to a great goal. And now just completely boosted the audio. It's still probably too low and you'll hear an audio haze, or at least I do. Hopefully you don't. Emotions lead you astray from the path and therefore lead you to ruin. Staff is not just your weapon, it's a continuation of your very self. And remember that blindly performing techniques and learning the motions won't teach you the most important thing, the unity, the greatest of the 9 virtues. When the sacred text that follows the path, small monastic order which settled somewhere in the mountains of Mephian Empire, they're known to be skillful, fierce warriors. The first thing that comes to mind when you think of monks. Mysterious Nicetus wrote a number of poems and tales. This one is dedicated to Sir Winfred, the legendary and Aldorian warrior and embodiment of all knightly virtues. The battle rages on. Sir Wilfred is surrounded by enemies. What will it be? Death or salvation? Only fate will decide who will live and who will die. The blade is blunted. Such a sword is good for nothing. Sword bristles with 12 arrows. No more hope. He deflects strike after strike, biding his time, but his strength is running out. Will there be salvation? Where is loyal Renauld? Why is he late? The sun is about to set. The sound of a battle horn. A thunderous gallop of hooves kicks up dust in the air. Cowardly enemies scatter, wounded but undefeated. Sir Winfred finally lowers his shield. One of the more famous tales by Sir Nicetus, telling about the life and fate of Sir Darrot, known for his generosity towards humans and ruthlessness to orcs. And with the name of Fair Lady on his lips, Sir Darrot dons his helmet and lowers his visor. He draws his sword from the scabbard. The blade shines in the moonlight. Rising his weapon high, Sir Darrot challenges Rugga. His eyes burn with passion, his voice is steel, and fear has no command over the paladin. The chieftain laughs arrogantly, speaks. You have found your death. There'll be no mercy for you and your people. No one will escape the massacre. And every fallen warrior will be avenged tenfold, and once more the old forest will rise in place of your people, in place of your cities. Once more, eternal, sacred oaks will turn green, as it was long ago. 5 orcs bared their swords, smouldering with rage, they charged at the hero. Their strikes might crush a lesser man, but Sir Darrot perseveres. He holds his ground. Crimson blood drips down his forehead. His soul burns with righteous fury. A single swing of his sword lops 5 heads off. Rugga stumbles in fear. He flees at the sight of his fallen brethren. Sir Darrett was quicker. He chases them down, ending the orc with his blade. Fuck yeah, paladins. The Jovar Anon is famous for his lifelong travels through Jacinth. Wait, have you seen that name before? Over here, Pyromancy Treaty. So many have read his stories of adventure. At this very moment we bounce round in our saddles as the horses carry us down the sandy road. Somehow I missed the exact moment when the proper wide path, layered with cobblestones, gave way to an uneven trail, trampled through the countryside by the hooves of hundreds of horses and camels. Apparently our journey has only just begun. Sands, sands, sands. We haven't stumbled on a single living soul in 3 weeks. Nothing but camels and dunes, soundly observing our haggard procession of men and elves. Sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind. What if our supplies run out before we reached our destination? Try not to think about it. Damn these nomads! Seems they're determined to make sure we're not getting out alive. For 4 days we've been trying to escape them, but they always catch up to us, loose a few arrows, and swiftly retreat. We had to leave Jarum and Abed behind at our latest camping site. They never regained consciousness. The host blesses Sandguard. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be writing these words. There were only 7 of us when we spotted a cloud of dust on the horizon. At first we thought to be nomads and prepared to say goodbye to our lives. Thankfully, it was a patrol of the Sandguard. They'd come as us for the next week until we arrived at the end of our journey. It was mostly uneventful. Nomads avoided the Sandguard like fire. During that week's travels, I learned that from their commander that the nomads must be repelled with their own tactics. Also shared some useful advice on how to do it. Write everything down below. So now I can get some geomancy. There's also basic skills. I guess everything's grayed out here isn't actually in the game yet. Remember, beta. Detect traps as basic skills. We have these inherently. Great swords. Could learn Feint Swing. Target enemy has their dodge, counter, and block chance set to 0. Deliver a strike with 10% accuracy and plus 10% accuracy and minus 20% damage. Passively, it reduces cooldown duration for 3 by 4%. Increases energy. All of them seem to reduce by 4%, but others give different benefits. Parry is active. Each successful block grants minus 25% abilities cooldown for the next 2 turns. Increase accuracy. That also increases counter chance. For the next 4 turns, increase block chance and block power by 15%. Each successful block prolongs the duration by 1 and grants an extra stack of it, up to 4. By 1 turn, presumably. Yeah, by 1 turn. And also guarantees to trigger a counterattack. I don't know what to mean an extra stack of it. You can get multiple parries going at the same time. Probably not. Increase block chance. Each chase enemy grants 3% crit chance and 3% counter chance. Recklessness. Heroic charge. Each travel tile adds 8% damage and 5% crit. 5 range. Definitely want to do it as much as you can. Immediately refreshes the cooldown of Rogue Charge if it manages to kill its target. The ability range is increased by 1 tile. I'm tempted in going for that. Double Lunge. Delivers 2 strikes with plus 26% damage and 50% bleed chance. If both strikes connect, cooldown is reduced by 50%. Arc Cleave. Taste of Victory. Killing enemies with great swords replenishes 7.5% of your max energy. I would like to go the great sword route. It's one-handed swords only. There's some utility. Reduces the... causes them to... their condition to reduce lower. But yeah, I would like to go for greatswords. I like to be, you know, I like to go that way. I would love, greatsword and board, like I had with my Double Tree character. Oh, shit. Even more books to read. Um... Okay. Dagger Treaty, one written by Fierce Exposer. The amazing adventures of Onfred the Rogue, or the cautionary tale of love, crime, and repercussions. The Fierce Exposer is a pen name of an author who used to write the most low-brow novels. The overabundance of violence and steamy obscenities in his books somehow coexists with incessant sermons. Amazing times, these. Lady Ivana, scared. Ah, couldn't we do without a fight? Sir Ungren, indolently. This insult can only be washed off with blood. What's said is said. Things cannot be undone. The duel must resolve our argument. Lady Ivana, perhaps. No, Sir Ungren. No, no, and no. I demand this duel. I won't settle for less. Unfed the Rogue, humbly. Very well, so be it. Act 2, Scene 2. The duel. Sir Ungren is armed with sword and buckler. Onfred is armed with sword and dagger. The opponents come to blows and exchange a few attacks. Unfred skillfully dodges, charging Sir Ungren. Sir Ungren, out of breath. Curses! You're a stronger opponent than I thought. Unfred the Rogue, boastfully. It is what it is. What you lack is finesse. Sir Ungren. I am a noble knight, not some brigand. Unfred the Rogue. Then where is your armor? Sir Ungren, the Codex demands. Unfred disarms Sir Ungren. Urgen. I've said his name wrong the entire time. I didn't realize it was an R. With a sudden lunge. Unfred the Rogue, mockingly. The Codex. First time I've heard about such a thing. And what does it demand? Sir Urgen? How? It can't be. Well then, the victory is yours. And how? Unfred the Rogue interrupts him. And now, my friend, you are done. Unfred stabs helpless Sir Urgen with the dagger. The nobleman crumbles onto the floor, choking on his own blood. Sir Urgen, but why? You scoundrel. But the Codex! Unfred carelessly cleans blood off his dagger. No one cares about your Codex. Tried to do different voices, but I think the voice for the guy just kept changing every other word. It's fun. I want to try and get better at that. I feel Barrett's not doing it well in the first place, but... The door is now complete. Now you're on your own. Survive and find your way out to the next floor. And remember, you're not a chosen one. My enemies are just as powerful as you are. Be careful. Don't monsters charge your head. Avoid fighting multiple opponents at once. Try fighting, forcing one-on-one combat. And use your surroundings. Enemy! Agamony has been valued for its healing properties since olden times. It's an ingredient. Okay, here's a crude falchion. Common folk are forbidden from owning swords. The responses to this law are falchions. Kind of reminds me of Stormlight Archive. Only the Light Eyes is allowed to use a sword. Spears are the Dark Eyes' weapon of choice. And it literally is eye color. If you got light eyes, then you're the highborn of society. If you don't, then you aren't. I think someone was saying... whatever. Can't quite remember what I can remember what they're saying, but I'm not sure the canon ending of it. But yeah, it's just there's one society. Sorry, let me clarify. One society within them. That's how they work. It's Ichor. Another society, farmlands are their sacred ground. Foreigners are not allowed anywhere near their farms for religious reasons. While with the white-eyed people and their culture, I can't remember what they're called. Their priests only pay token tribute to the importance of farmers. In reality, it's just fighters that they value because there's some like heavenly eternal war going on. Yeah, like there's a variety of different cultures. There's one culture that picks their next leader by way of essay. So yeah, but yeah. What triggered this? Oh yeah, the common folk not being allowed to own swords. The yeah, swords were for light eyes only, and spears were for the common folk, or well, non-light eyes. Not all light eyes are off. There's some that are like there's different tiers within the brackets. There's the lowest tier of light eyes is barely better off than the highest tier of dark eyes. So it's been quite a while since I read the book, but there's what I remember. Also, within that same culture, women have to keep one hand hidden. I think it's their left hand, which women just have this whole sleeve around it, while poor women wear a glove. While men aren't allowed to read, so they have this symbol language that they use. One guy going so far as to make it a full-fledged kind of deal. It's basically breaking the non-reading law. There's weight, and also your diet is also heavily restricted based on your sex. Women eat sweet foods, men eat spicy, I think. And I think that's the breakdown. There is one way around this though. Become a priest. Women can then eat spicy food, men can eat sweet. You can read. How to get around that. Of course, you're now a priest, and that has its own issues. But it's not kind of like me and my my ministerhood, where I forgot about it for a couple of years there. But yeah, I don't really know the falchion and how that's a way around being a sword. Oh, I also forgot to read about these. Most descriptive manual on fencing and everything related to it. Merwan Ver de Boer undoubtedly has hand-on experience with the subject in question. Aldwydian Codex of Fencing. An excerpt from the 7th chapter titled The Art of Defense in a Duel. The stance, which I call supporting stance, will help you out in a duel if you are forced to act defensively. For instance, when your opponent has a strength, speed, or maneuverability advantage. For starters, pay close attention to your posture and footwork. If you need to parry a strike from your left side, shift your right foot forward, bending it slightly in the knee. The other leg should firmly remain in the original position. For this stance to work properly, you need to learn how to maintain balance in this position. Then you need to stretch your arms forward, point the blade down. Pointed blade aiming downwards. Your wrist should be slightly below your eye level, the leading hand's thumb pointed at the ground. In this stance, you should be able to easily deflect strikes from every direction. Don't be afraid to form a counter if you spot an opportunity, and remember, a persistent attacker sooner or later will get through your passive defenses. The complete catalogue of weapons collected by Idrich Gorg, the Merchant, and the Maecenas, updated and illustrated. Idrich Gorg is a famous Alwenian weapons collector who spent a fortune on his passion. Collector's never been in a real battle, but can still discuss armaments for hours on end. Over the years, I've collected a number of distinctive weapons from all corners of our world. Ardonian Morgensterns, cascading bludgeons, even elven Bosgodians. Bosgogans? Some of them are plain and unassuming. Others, mostly the ones from the East, are the works of art, a source of possible pride for any craftsman. A reader who isn't familiar with warfare may ask whether this primitive tool can match a good old sword. There are a few answers to this. First of all, a mace is a perfect weapon for a warrior who isn't experienced in fencing. A mace is easy to earn and easy to handle and maintain, and requires only two things: strength and dexterity. Secondly, a mace is effective against mail and light armor. Heavy plates aren't that easy, but even if mail fails to bash through them, a lucky hit can daze your opponent for a few precious seconds. Secondly, maces don't get stuck in crushed armor and shields, which can be important in the thick of a fight. Indeed, and mace is an anti-armor weapon, from what I remember hearing people talking about, for beating through like plate. That's what one person was saying anyway. I don't actually know much about the intricacies of the different weapons, and like I need to have a weapon treaty, buy a book on like weapon treaties, like medieval combat. I'm trying to write a fancy story of my own, and that will be relevant. Well, actually, I have two in mind, more relevant in one than the other. For reasons. I'm writing under two separate pen names, so I'm not entirely sure which one the books is going under. It initially started in one genre, and now I feel like emphasizing the other two more. It was okay. It started in one genre. Now I'm thinking of emphasizing the others a bit more, if you get me, putting the other genre to more the back foot, because I like the idea of it. So, yeah. Buren Wuss has dedicated his entire life to collecting and recording folklore of Aldor in all its abundance. This tome contains some witty fairground songs. A song about the headsman of Bryn. A story of a headsman who had a house in Bryn. Fat-bellied petty villain, he swung his axe with glee. And then one day a peasant came to hint at lack of grind. There's no sharpness to the blade, with only strength behind. The headsman laid his head on block. I'll prove this axe is right. How dare you come over and say it's just my might? The peasant chopped the villain's neck. The bloodied edge was true. This was hardly the strongest hack, but through the spine it flew. Now would you look at that? This fellow wasn't wrong. His axe is nothing to scoff at. It cuts for weak and strong. Such an idiot. Kind of reminds me, yeah, that was the other one. I know, suddenly I thought of the twits and, that guy's work. Damn, fell foot short. Still did damage. Ow. Prologue, down and blast. I don't have a splint. Might end right the fuck here. Anti-psionic leather vest. Called for one pragmatic, the vest is favoured by wealthy peasants. It's only slightly damage. An anti-psionic? Alright. Actually, I remember one guy making a point before that you rarely see outright psionics in a fantasy story. it's rare that you'll see like Professor X alongside Gandalf. I remember seeing one game that did have mind magic in it, but it was mind magic, you know? It's still magic of its own right. Okay, apparently that wound was stabilized. Was it only bleeding? Mayhaps. Proselyte for Jellant. Oh, I forgot about my magic. Kaya not. Nurok. Nurok. Proselyte outcast. Wish it flail. Didn't fall me. Common flail. Village militias are called upon as last resort. In that case, anything can become a weapon. Still don't, underestimate, the effect of, like a pitchfork. Can someone made of meat? Pitchfork can be a deadly, deadly weapon. Pendant. Sapphire pendant. Arcane resistance. It rings quietly near sources of magic. Gives increased magic power, energy, and energy restoration. I care more for the healing efficiency I'm getting. Proselyte immolated. Pursue it. Oh, I'm hungry. Sure. Have the carp. That apparently also thirsty. Toxin. Hope we get some to increase our inventory space. There isn't much to it. I'm hoping I can find some equipment. And tomato. Okay, I was clearly underestimating pain. Oh, I leveled again. I think maybe this time 2 into willpower. Tempted in holding off an Anton right now, simply because I want to use a great weapon, but I don't have access to one yet. I'm out of salve. I can use this. Pointy shoes. These have been the pinnacle of peasant fashion for the last 20 years. Slightly worse than my travelling shoes, though they do add stout. And the fine mace. Okay, that's a high tier thing. There's a potion. I take this. Wait, I can wield both of these? I figured this was going to be a two-handed weapon. As the common folk like to say, a spiked flail is a peasant's final argument. I've only one more identification scroll. Hydor! No, this is Patrick. Or, who are you? Vern. Nine and I'm Vizan. Nice. Got the unidentified sword. It's quite reckless doing what I'm doing. Items can be cursed. So I advise against doing that yourself. Those were crits. I advise against me doing that. The elves brought many unusual crops to Aldor. The tomato's one of them. Some man claim it's a berry.
The tremors are coming from upstairs. I bet everyone was taken there. I have to find my way up, whatever it takes.
Old contract, written by Abbot Vaden. Grumbled contract describing a document describing a contract signed with a few signatures. With this paper, we, Cud the Elder, and every citizen in Manchar pledged to pay a bounty of 700 crowns to every man, be it a commoner, mercenary, or a noble knight, who will take on the task of sending into the Abbey of Holy Revelation, cleanse it of spirits or other filth, inhabiting it, and bring back safe and sound with a proof of their deed. We hereby sign this, Seven the Bloom. Male Coif. Gambison. Makes you look fat, but who cares about appearances in the thick of battle? Identified potion. Some healing salve. Goat cheese. Smells funny, but tastes good enough. Cheese. Perfect addition to any diet. I used to drink goat's milk as a kid. Base lard. Oh, it's just a type of dagger. Base swords are so popular among the nobility and townsmen that they are often act as a mandatory accessory than an actual weapon. have no idea the damages or effects of either of these, but I'm hesitant finding out. Simply because I want to conserve my thing if I get a greatsword. Imagine I will here at some stage. Stabilized now. Fuck. Actually, I don't get dual wielding this thing yet. Nice. That was a proselyte harbinger. I like to lead off with as much fire as possible. Minimize the amount of damage I take. Nice. Peasant flail. I can just eat that raw. Probably a health potion. A mana potion, I apologize. Drink it. Damn. It's just a health potion. Okay, I've got 3 points hanging around. I think I can afford... And, you know, I'm not going to be playing this character anyway when the game actually releases. So I probably should just grab whatever and roll with it. So, grab Onslaught. Delivers a strike which burns 16% target's energy and has a 61% chance to inflict knockback. First strike successfully knocks the enemy back. Attacker advances and delivers an extra attack with minus 70 damage and plus 50% chance to daze. If you fail to knock back, cooldown is reduced by 80%. Nice. Armor break or dazing strikes makes attacks have 5% daze chance. Cleaving strike performs an attack that hits 3 adjacent strikes, deals 20% damage with 33% bleed chance. Provides 10% counter chance for 4 turns for every enemy hit. Source condition deteriorates 50% slower. If its durability is 75% or more, provides 20% weapon damage. Is weapon durability even a thing? Yeah, it is. Didn't actually notice earlier. Watch, I'll get to the 200 now. Forgot to hit a range. Very well. How about thee? first. Strong pain. That'll be fine. Bog bean. Intoxication chance. Pain resistance. Change. Change. Bleed resistance. Also known as buck bean. This plant can be easily found in swamps. It's used for tonics and painkillers. I'm not sure what's causing the pain. Blacksmith's mittens. These tough mittens protect from burns and soften blows. Dress to kill. Difficult. Couldn't just fly over that other barrel. No, you have to try and break the others. Really? Nice. Okay, chest armor. Okay, provide some benefits to mana. Dumpling. A flatbread made of wheat flour that's common lunch for poor city folk. Okay, here's just a fucking halberd, a knightly axe. These axes are well suited for mounted combat. Eldorian knights often bring them when they ride into battle. Sup? just... I think I'm about to die right now. Death. Well, I'll save. Couldn't have saved any other time. You know what? I think I'm gonna come back to this. Yeah, dogs are going ballistic now anyway, so I'll talk to you. Certainly does live up to the general vibe it gives off, doesn't it? That it does. Hello folks, and welcome back to Stoneshard Prologue. Is there a way to put this sound up? No, it's all in max. It's just very atmospheric. Really? Oh, who cares about previous progress if it's completely irrelevant?
Damn it. Where am I?
Back here again.
You are no.
Curses.
Oh yes. On the floor.
Poor luck. Wait.
There's an achievement for dying in the prologue. I will be trying to achieve that. No, you know what? Oh, let's get that done right away.
I hope I'm not alone. The cages are unlocked, and blood seems...
Let's just try and rush the guy here before we do get anything.
How did you get?
Kill me! Earned unholy, points of unholy damage. Seriously. God. Oh, we'll use this to finish this off.
Look.
That's brutal! Main menu. Confirm. No idea if I can actually even let play this. Contacted them on Twitter, but they never responded, so I sent them an email. If they never get back to me, then you'll just never be seeing these. Or maybe someday I'll say, you know, fuck it, and you'll see it anyway. But if they never get back to me, then I won't be doing the series. I might do a single video on it, just upload this as one giant thing. But, oh, the ring has changed. I was figuring it would be a positive effect, like last time, but no. They've changed what the ring does this time around. Grace.
The cages are unlocked, and blood seems...
But yeah, I'll just be uploading it as a singular video, because if I was to say... Oh, this is new. This one isn't bad. Won't be able to find out what's wrong with this one till we get down to the downstairs. Say if I get a strike, if it's only a single video, they can only strike me once as far as I know. But if, say, if I uploaded a series, they could take down my entire channel with just 3 videos. So... yeah. In all likelihood, you'll only see it if it's fine. But that's why I'm just strict with sticking to video policies and whatnot. I don't want all 12,000 videos, I'm sure I've passed a check mark for it, being just nuked because one person doesn't want me to make videos on their thing. You know, as a Let's Player, you're very much at the mercy of the companies that own the games. You're very much at their mercy, unless you have, Maker or whatchamacallit fighting for you. Then you have more of a buffer. But yeah, you're pretty much at their mercy. You have to play it safe if you don't want to lose everything.
How did you get out?
What's up, motherfucker? Surprise, motherfucker. I liked Dexter, that show. Remember getting a fair bit into it, maybe like season 3, 4.
Burn.
Oh, that's cool. Disarm gen's 150%. Christ. Yeah, either season 3 or 4. I can't remember.
Damn. That's what I need.
I can't remember why I stopped either. I think I just generally lost interest. Shit, I actually failed here.
All these boxes. Uh-huh.
Were these here last time? Were these here last time? I'm taking my war site. I want to go, two-hander. Sadly, no two-hander shield. A weapon of uncertain times. A simple sight blade fashioned to a wooden handle. This staff is so withered, it's hard to think of any use for it. Homemade sword. Apparently this was forged by a commoner with a dream of knightly feats. Simple arrows, nothing special about them. Brash peasants sometimes carry these bows when they decide to secretly hunt on their lord's land. This isn't particularly durable, but it serves its purpose well enough. The only thing this axe is decent at is chopping wood. Oh yeah, so it's to huff this. Peace, man.
That's better. At least I'll live.
Yup. Fuck. Nice. Oh. Forgot to put some gear on. Let's increase his strength and his vitality. And here they... Actually, the first time around they get us to hold off on it till we get Fire Barrage. Will I listen? Oh, there's an aspect of stealth to this game, apparently. I kind of guessed earlier when the guy was like, huh? And started investigating the crates. But I have a feeling, as a two-hander guy, two-hander McGreatsword guy, I probably won't be doing this, availing of it much.
Bah, a pyromantic treatise.
Yeah, I will still grab this. I think having a spell would be a handy thing to do. Sup? Okay. Yeah, it seems they update the demo with like different things that they've added to the added to the game. Like a game in general, which is, to be fair, a good idea. If the demo's to get people interested in buying, then it makes sense for you, if you've been adding to it, to update, adding to the game to update it. Update the demo as you go, just in case there's any achievements for reading everything. Only a single scroll there. Really? Only 3 scrolls and an enchantment? There's no way for me to remove the curse? Cursed Impenetrable Silver Ring. Still with the health restoration healing efficiency, though it's only 1% now. It gives 4% slashing resistance and 6% health, and 6 to health. I did think my health was oddly high. 5% chance to lose 3% max health each turn. Kill enemies to reduce the chance. 16% weapon damage. Do I get 16% weapon damage? What's going on with that? Whatever. Metabolic Fang Ring. 2% physical nature magic resistance, 2% to crit chance and counter chance, 4 to healing efficiency, and 1 to health restoration. An outstanding example of goblin fine arts. Wait. We don't get the skill books here? The fuck? Enemy. Damn. Killed that rat so hard everyone around it felt it. Potato. Fitting, for I am the Potato King. For those who haven't watched my BFA videos, That's what Gildy's called me. Well, actually, I think it was Casper who started it. Because there's a few Irish people in the group, and therefore, you know, they needed a king. But yeah, if you didn't know, I am Irish. I say you mightn't have known because I've been told by two people, one was a little special, shall we say, that I sounded American. A third thought I was German. So, yeah, apparently I've got the most perplexing accent out there. Well, Casper constantly mocks my pronunciation of the word tree, so, Because Irish. Yeah, it's something about the accent. I don't hear what he hears, so I can't quite explain it. Actually, that's one thing that always annoys me. You can't hear your own voice. How I sound sounds different. Like, how I sound is different to how I sound in my recordings. I sound different, and I certainly prefer how I sound to myself. But yeah, I sound a lot different in my recordings. I don't know why. That's just the reality of it. But I don't know why, and it annoys me. But yeah, when you you sound different to yourself, to how other people hear you, to how you hear in a recording. It's so very annoying. Piss off and die. Shield, no use to me, sadly, but I will take a splint. Think I crit the bed. Yeah, actually I did. I'm noticing he's 10 agility here. Did he... In the other one, when it said he'd only 8 agility, was there a reason for that? No, it seems like I inherently have these unlocked now. So they just removed the need for the other thing, rather than just putting it later. Why did you block yourselves then? Enemy! Heroism. Varen is thirsty. Varen feels courageous. You'll feel righteous fury rising within you. 15% counter chance. 15% weapon damage. 15% magic power. Minus 10% damage taken. For honor! For vengeance! For the torture cage! Oh. I am quite grateful for that state of heroism. Got me through the, got me through that fight. I thought that said, so-and-so successfully does nothing. I was trying to do magic on him. Forgot it was the there's the delay, and so it didn't go through, and I just like walked into him. Thank you. There's a key for every lock. Not that I'll be carrying. These hideous creatures can be of use if you know how to apply them. Apply. Morale minus 5% used on a selected body part each turn for 30 turns, plus 1% body part condition, plus 25% healing efficiency, minus 0.5% intoxication, plus 0.2% pain. Useful. Heavy bow. To earn a bow like this, you need to start training with from childhood, usual practice in many Eldorian villages. I remember hearing a saying, to train an archer, start with his grandfather. Archery takes a long time to learn, it's the crux of it. To actually get good at it, you have to pretty much start from when you're young. Probably especially true when people had even shorter lifespans back in yesteryear, whenever that saying was said. Hood. It gives frost and stealth, frost resistance and stealth, 5% apiece. A woolen hood with a tip folded in a playful manner. These were once popular in the among the townsmen of Maine. Maine? It might be Maine. I'm not entirely sure. And ow, that hurt. One of my, I have two sets of glasses. One's old, one's new. Oh, one keeps getting knotted in my hair and it hurts like a bastard. Not sure if I betrayed it in my voice or not, but it did. Sadly, we don't have a map. This lock won't stop me. That nearly did. Lockpick is almost gone. It's an elven crop. You can eat it raw, but why would you? Is there cooking in this game? Identification scroll. Use. Merciless War Scythe. Its only benefit over a normal war scythe is Let me check. 12%. It has a higher crit chance. 4% instead of 1%. Yeah, crit chance plus 3%. Okay, so it works it into here and then spells it out just down below. Okay. Chance an item. Another powerful blow delivered when mages go to the Enchanter Guild. Enchants an item alters existing enchantments. Okay, we say no longer. It might have been a waste, but at least now I'm no longer under the. Have a chance of losing stuff. Goat cheese. Never had goat cheese. Had goat's milk before when I was young. I was sick, and I think Mum got it for me because she was thinking it would be good for me. But it was certainly nicer for me than the garlic, echinacea, and thyme I used to have as a kid. I still remember it. Mum would mix it in cola for me. It was absolutely disgusting.
The tremors are coming from upstairs.
I remember the first time I had it, it was probably the first time I had it. I just spewed it on the floor. I just spat it out. I couldn't stomach it. I got better about it later on, though. I think to some extent I almost miss it now. But I haven't had it in a long, long time. Sup? Nice. Ow. Mildly injured, you say? Okay, let's use this. Part of me wonders, was I wrong to have gotten rid of the other thing? You know, the talk of the 16% weapon damage. Not sure if that's a good thing. You know, was it a benefit? Was it a boon or a penalty? Fortifying Gambison. Gives 5 health, 9 energy. Insulating male coif. Male coifs are ubiquitous. They don't cost much, are lightweight, and provide decent protection against slashing strikes. 2% frost resistance and 3% counter chance. Rat a pet or something? And that this vampire looking fucker was actually a suspected hunter. There's blood coming from its eyes. Are these the remnants of the priesthood that was here? I was thinking most of them were dead, but vampire looking motherfuckers. So maybe they came back? Maybe others, like I was saying previously, the leader of the cult is obviously the head priest from here. A solid chain decorated with a few metal discs. More of a fashion accessory than proper protection. Still. Hurts my energy. It's for generation. But, it's clear the cult leader is presumably the former head of this place. But, what about the rest? Were they the priests? Did they succumb to? Ooh, heroism. Nice. Certainly seems that way now. Huh. Ooh, rather damaged. Heroism! Crowbar. Guaranteed to pick a lock or disarm a mechanical trap. This tool works wonders in skillful hands. Just need to keep quiet and concentrate on the job. Inspect. Ooh! The court favors only the most devoted followers. It takes a long time to adjust to the new inhuman body after receiving the gift. Wonder if it's... Vampire, Crimson Covenant. Delightful. I didn't realize we could do this either. This is a nice little extra bit of detail and flavor. I like it. Always love little bits of lore, tidbits and whatnot, you know? I know. Okay, vampire cult. The first question that popped to my mind was, okay, do they keep their mind after becoming a vampire, or are they now like vampiric slaves? You know. And I was like, you know, so long, thanks for the power. In a lot of fiction, vampires are slaves to their sire. So... proselyte women aren't uncommon, but many of them can withstand the transformation and lose their minds in the process, turning into raving furies. Unspeakable sufferings left this insane cultist with a single desire: to die for a higher purpose. Willing sacrifice. Undead blood out to all Jason vampires and proselytes. Enemy! Proselyte Flagellant. Pain is the best proof of devotion. Flagellants incessantly torment themselves, hoping to garner favor from their god. I don't recognize this music at all, and the music's a lot louder this time around. I approve, but now you're not getting an annoying audio haze. Sup? I should be like 4. Shame. Do over? Okay, good thing I didn't hold out onto that, assuming it was a Healy one. Crowbars lose durability whether you win or not. The other things only lose durability if you fail. but have inherently less durability. Sup? Some peasants own only a shirt like this. Naturally, it may be worn for every occasion. Arcanist's Cowl gives magic resistance and arcane resistance, magic restoration, reduces spell energy cost, increases spell power, and Arcanist power, 5% stealth. Almost doesn't wrinkle when subjected to portal jumps. I think I'm going to stick with my melee protection kind of deal. Potion of Purification. Remove some active effects. So now we stab that through the door. Padded leather jacket. The main source of pride for every show-off from the slums. Waistband. This belt has a remarked tendency to tie itself into impossible knots. So hard we killed the crates twice. Sup? Inspect. Tormentors praise the court with the devious tortures, reveling in the sight of wounded flesh. Chain strike, vampiric blood, lacerate. Oh, delightful. Hador! Actually, seeing the attacks that I know like that has just made me want to. Just made me think. Get lost! It's just making me think of more time. Really need to get back to that game. Haven't touched it in like a year, maybe more. Herbal extract. Let's just snort that off the ground. An excellent garnish once you wash the dirt off. That increases his immunity. Wait. Yeah, we're going up now, so this is the way. Abbot's note. A piece of old parchment torn out of some book, written by Abbot Viadine. Yay, there was a thing for reading everything in it. In here, there's some alarming news from the capital. People say that King Etbert, blessed be his name, is gravely ill and has been fighting death for a week now. Perhaps it's just rumours spread by ill-wishers. It's no secret that Etbert has many of them. Nevertheless, we shall pray the host for our monarch's swift recovery. Relate to the rest of the brothers that will need another service tonight. Abbot Viadine. I have a feeling we're the only one here. Well, not part of the cult anyway.
Baron! You are alive! Run while you can!
Oh, never mind. Why is that guy blue? Sure, we'll find out now. The movement of the crates is annoying because there's like a line going up and down. It gives the effect, but it's very jarring. I'm hoping that's something they touch up in the release. If we can have the crate swaying without the that. Ooh.
No! Don't leave us here! Please! Make it stop! Ah, an uninvited guest. We were hoping to save you for last. But since you came here willingly...
So, you are the one behind all this madness. You'll pay for everything.
How arrogant! Look around you. It's over. Soon both the Stoneshard
Title
and
drop.
your souls will serve the higher purpose.
Making Palnai money. I don't make money off my videos. At least not at the time of recording. I'm not saying that I never would want to. I'll be actually quite happy if I actually started making a nice little bit of cash off my videos. It would actually be nice. Like, I wouldn't say no to money. I wouldn't say no to money.
Still, the court appreciates your courage. You could serve us well. Put down your weapons, and perhaps we'll spare your life.
Not this time, abomination.
Try me next Friday. Next Friday's better.
Well then, we show you mercy, and yet you reject our gifts. Let the ritual begin! Kaya North, Mirok!
He's got a shield. Strike it anyway. No, can't hit him. Ah. Oh, good. Blood puddle affects them too. I want to move here now. Just in case, yeah, I didn't want to get hit, but I wanted you to move, jackass. Oh, I switched weapons by mistake.
You can stop me!
I'll put good money on it. Second wind. Health and energy replenished. All negative stacks. What? All negative status effects are temporarily negated. Certain doom, not today. 50% fortitude, 100% energy restoration, and healing efficiency. At least we don't have to deal with the blood anymore. Just curious when not. Wait, your fight is futile. I got too carried away there. I'm too used to having to read everything. Aha!
The host have mercy. What a foul beast.
Really, you call this an improvement? I'm sorry, unless you're looking like some aristocratic vampire, it's a downgrade. What can I say? When I see evil queens in stories trading their soul for eternal beauty, I realized I found my kin. That's actually kind of nice. No real way of dodging that one. Might die here now. Yeah, I'm gonna die here. Oh, inspect. 88% health. This monster is only capable of feeling two things: pain and animalistic fury, fueled by the Stoneshard lodged deep inside him. Yeah, no, I don't have Anne here to get me through this. And I'm right in the middle of this. I don't have any move to get to save me. Dead. Stand back here. Let's go. Even worse. Or was it? Maybe, maybe not. %16 weapon damage. Or just fumble chance and add some inherent poison damage to it. Something died over there. Vigilant. Adept. Small-time heretic who hopes to elevate his position in the cult by diligently studying blood magic. That's a chunk of XP to that trap. Killed an enemy on me. So... if you're wondering, the guy I mentioned before, Casper, who's one of my guildies in, oh damn, I found an actual greatsword. Oh, it's a longsword, would you really call it a greatsword? No. Who's one of my guildies in BFA, over in WoW. He joined towards the end of Old War. Oh, sorry, Old Year. That's the guy. Decent attempt at forging a real longsword. Very commendable. Yeah, this is better. You know, I'm not sure I dig all the randomized stuff. Stop a body part from bleeding. These rags can be used to bandage a bleeding wound. I know, it just takes me out of the setting when everything changes, keeps changing. Seriously? No, nice. I thought I got a level more on the other attempt. Traveling dagger? An unassuming dagger which can be comfortably concealed within a cloak, suitable for self-defense. Can't smear it on a blade, useless. Oh. Dual buckler. A duel's best friend right after their blade, their honor, and their southern accent. Christ. I managed to set things on fire with that strike there. So it doesn't even do any fire damage. Yeah. Sturdy pair of boots made from cowhide. In times of war, such boots greatly grow in demand.
The tremors are coming from upstairs.
Cone helmet. Yeah, folks, I'm back. Sorry, had to stop for a second. Cone helmet. Helmets of this shape have been out of date for a couple centuries, and those who can afford them better use them. Yeah. Let's toss this on. Good day, sirs. Would you like to subscribe to my newsletter? No? I'll see you. Outcasts. These cultists whose body rejected the gift become outcasts. Driven completely insane, they drag out a miserable existence as fighting animals. Zigbar. Tormentor. Battle Creeper. Common Sword. Let me look something up. Stoneshard. Curse of Gore Lost. Okay, they have it here, but it's clearly an old iteration of it, because it just says +4 damage, +4 melee damage. So it's possible this ring. Just give me 17%. Actually, give me 17% damage. Elven Garment. There's a faint flowery scent coming from the court. Reminds you of places you've never travelled to. No, I'll stick with what I have. I don't have a scroll on. Oh, let's just toss it on. See, didn't do any damage this time. Namar. Alright. No idea what it does. Nothing obvious. Killed him so hard we broke physics. Nice. get this crate. Pretzel. Tastefully salty pretzel. Pretty nourishing. Thankfully doesn't lure thirst around. Oh, nice. Town gloves. For when you don't want to get your hands dirty. 3% frost resistance. Luxurious belt. It's pricey. The buckle of this belt is encrusted with a real ruby. Increases magic resistance by 3, energy by 5. About 3% magic resistance, 5 fat energy. 1% energy restoration, 5% magical power. Health restoration by 1% and healing efficiency by 5%. Nice. Christ. War brand. It's sharp to such a degree that its efficient strike can cleave an enemy in half. Okay, they look dramatic. These have been pinnacle. Yeah, I read that before. Typical. I was kind of expecting that. Fox fur is used to sew durable hats and coats, so there's always demand. I don't think there's merchants in this, so I think this will end the moment we kill the priest. Don't want to keep stop resting. Fresh and plump. Enemy! Blood Goal. A chaotically pulsating manifestation of boiling blood, defiled flesh, and pernicious magic. Thankfully, it's not smart enough to try and move diagonally. Actually, I'm not entirely sure I can. Bad luck cultist extravaganza. Ah, let's kill each type. Charming. Arcanist Mantle. A distinctive mantle of the Arcane Circle, soaked with magic essence. Recklessness and courage. I was really hoping that it was going to give me a scroll to identify the thing on me. Well, I guess we're just going to be wearing up to the next fight. Has layers and is more than it appears. I just ate an ogre. Tally-ho!
That it! You are no!
Not
Well,
the host have mercy. What a foul beast.
A charge! No, no counter charge. Ha! And jump back into the wall. Ow. Ha! Lugosi is dead.
that's a hell of a trip.
Varen, I have many questions. Now is not the time. We have the Stoneshard. Let's get out of here.
In my hands, I hold a video game in medieval times. What the fuck is a video game? So I never did find out what that is. And my gloves are mostly destroyed. It still radiates heat. Oh. So is this guy meant to be blue? Seems so. I was thinking he was mid-transformation, giving it his stuttering and whatnot.
All my belongings! My entire fortune! I'm ruined! For the love of the host, Rinward, shut your mouth! Baron is dead. Luck is dead. So is Jorgen. And you cry over some old junk. And it's all because of you, Baron. Did you think our lads would chicken out? You could have at least told me. An easy job. Maybe some digging. You call a horde of cannibals an easy job.
Are you out of your mind? Do you think I was lying to you? Gwynnel swore that the monastery had been deserted for decades.
So you're saying that your Gwynnel set us up for certain death?
I don't know. I hope not. It's some kind of mistake.
This mistake cost half our men their lives.
I know. I have many questions too. And believe me, once we are done with the contract, Gwynnel will answer each and every one of them.
No, Varen. This is where we part. The caravan is no more. Rinward, Aruz, and I are going back to Bryn.
After all these years, I've just saved your hides.
All you did was save us from the trap you'd let us into. We always used to know where and what our jobs were. But once you started rubbing elbows with Gwynnel, there was no end to our misfortune. I want to know what Gwynnel is hiding, why he needs stone shards, and what these damn stone shards are to begin with. And yet, we don't have the slightest idea about anything. Well, you only care about money. But there is no paying death off. I'm done.
You are free to go. But I am bound by the contract. I'll manage without you. Get lost.
The bitter beginning. But yeah, Stoneshard is now available on Steam. It's early access at the time of recording. It's in beta. And if it's like this, you know, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I have enjoyed my time playing it. Difficult, but yeah, enjoyable. I won't be touching it till it's fully released. And then I'll only be fully touching it if they have no problem with that. Like if I can let's play it, I probably won't touch it otherwise. I have a feeling that they'll probably be fine with a let's play. They had a streaming thing on their Steam, but they might, you know, who knows? For all I know, it might be selected people or have permission. You know, I want to play it safe because, like I said, you're at the mercy of the people who own the property. If they decide they don't want you doing a thing, they can copyright claim you. They can copyright strike you. 3 videos, 3 claims. Buy all your videos are now deleted. Fuck off. So, I want to play it safe and to the letter. You know, I don't want to take any risks. So yeah, these are all the people that kickstarted it. I regret not getting in on it. I didn't actually know about it. Regrettably, the only one I remember kickstarting was actually it wasn't really Kickstarter. It was a no, that was just a pre-access, early access payment. Actually, I got my name in the credits. I paid enough. Space Base DF9. Also, early access War for the Overworld. Didn't get my name in the credits there. Not that I know, anyway. So yeah, there's vastly more people here on this list than people who worked on it, which isn't surprising. It isn't surprising. It's just dramatically so. Like one of these sections would be probably more than the amount of people that worked on it, or roughly equivalent. Wasn't exactly keeping track. Daddy Got Gun. From the makers of Baby Got Back. Daddy Got Gun. Darius Bane. Marduk. Grand Devil. Righteous. Call me Mr. Ham. Some fun reading out some of these names. Doesn't remember paying for this. Okay, you can actually scroll through this. So if you want to read any section here, feel free to pause the video. Because there's so many people. It's still going. Dart Butternuts. Detective Buck Willis. Powered by Game Maker 2 Studios. Game Maker Studio 2. Apologies. Nothing at the end. So, that has been Stoneshard Prologue. And like I said, I have enjoyed my time with it. It is an enjoyable game, and it will be something I will be interested in playing. It will all come down to whether or not they get back to me. In fact, this video coming out at all is probably going to come down to that. What time is it over in Russia? Apparently that's where this team is. They're based in St. Petersburg, over in Russia. They're on 3 hours ahead. Alright, I was hoping for a more dramatic difference. So it's 4 minutes and 9 over there. So, yeah. Do hope you've enjoyed this, and yeah, at some stage I'll be back with if I hear back, which you'll only see this if I do, or I take Mad for Gary. But presuming I hear back, you'll be seeing Stoneshard eventually. Firstly, it has to wait to be released, then after that, backlog. I currently backlog into 2021 with my Path of Exile Betrayal playthrough. After that is my Grim Dawn Ritualist playthrough. Post that will be Shadow Mordor, then Dragon's Dogma. I can say this out in such particularities because the first 2 are done. Shadow Mordor is nearly done, and then Dragon's Dogma is actually pretty near to start, really, but I have a bit of progress already started on it, and I'm inclined to continue it. So, yeah. obviously things may change, like is happening with my FPS, well, my shooter slot on my channel. But yeah, basically that's the current plan. So Stoneshard will come sometime after them. There's also a few other things to actually put up. 2 bits of a playthroughs I did of Path of Exile. So yeah, there's other stuff there, and then there'll be more stuff recorded between this being fully, between now and this being fully released. There's like another year of development to go, so there's going to be plenty more footage going into the RPG slot on my channel. So yeah, it will get out. It'll be released eventually, just not soon. Like, if presuming I hear back and get a yay, I'll do this eventually. Just there's gonna be a delay between its full release and when you get to see it. So just do keep that in mind. When I initially started saying this, I kind of forgot it's going to be a year more in development, but or if I think so at least. So yeah, just keep that in. But yeah, there's going to be a delay. There's going to be a delay. That's what I'm getting at. It's just like if anyone's excited and waiting for it, it's going to be a while to get there. Firstly, it has to be released. Then secondly, it has to you just simply have to wait for the backlog to pass to it, because I've other things recorded in front of it. I go through Fagaries and end up just recording a ton of stuff in a slot, and the backlog gets huge. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed. Talk to you soon.